Hey everybody, welcome to Bodiakian Wellness. Today we're talking what is Qi. Now before we get started, as always, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Now, Qi, this is a concept that people have been talking about for thousands of years. And the concept or conversation around energy has been talked about in many different cultures. Chinese called it Qi, Indians called it prana. We in the West actually call it electromagnetic energy. So I find it sometimes easier to tackle an Eastern concept with a little bit more of familiar language, especially for a Western audience. So we got to go back to grade 9 science. So basically we've all been taught in early high school that all matter at the smallest level is just vibrating waves of energy. And depending on how it's looked, could be a particle, could be a wave. And when we slow that energy down, the slower the energy moves, the more solid it becomes. And think of water. You slow the energy down, meaning cooling it off, and it becomes ice. Or if you warm that energy, you add energy to that, it slowly speeds up till it breaks the bonds of attraction and becomes a gas. So these differing states of matter. But once again, at the smallest level, no matter what we can feel, see, hear, touch, taste, the tree, the air, me, the globe, everything at the smallest level is just energy vibrating at a particular frequency. And it's that speed and way it vibrates that gives its physical characteristics. Now, there's this interesting relationship between energy, how things move, and when things move in a certain way or act in a certain way, they create fields of energy called magnetism. And once again, a magnetic field can create electricity or energy movement can create electromagnetic field. And the simplest way we think about that would be with a bar magnet. We've all come in contact sometimes with a magnet, and we think of the energetic fields that surround a magnet, moves from the South Pole to the North Pole and out and around and comes back in and creates this field of energy. Same thing happens when you look at your power lines running in your block. Anytime there's a movement of electricity, movement of energy in a certain organized fashion, it creates an electromagnetic field. Our Earth is exactly the same way. Now, we think of the gravitational field of the Earth. The gravity of the Earth is created by the swirling ball of liquid metal at the center of the Earth, affected by the rotation of the planet. And these things create, once again, basically a big bar magnet. But what's interesting is, did you know that the geographic North Pole is actually the electromagnetic South Pole? So if you look at the Earth as a big magnet, the South Pole is actually on the top and the North Pole is actually on the bottom. And the reason we know this is because if you hold up a compass, the compass needle is going to align in the direction of energetic flow. So if you think about energy moving from south to north, comes out of the south and comes back around to the South Pole, this creates this field of energy that aligns the compass needle, everything moving to the geographic North Pole, but that's actually the electromagnetic South Pole. Now, the human body is no different. All of our bones of our body effectively have energy moving through them and create little tiny bar magnets, which create our own bioelectric field, our own energetic field. And in Chinese medicine, we call this field Wei Qi, our protective energy. And it's basically the vibrational frequency of our body creates ripples of energy, kind of like a boat moving through the water, creates a wake around us. And that wake of energy has an effect on everything around us because everything is connected. Where I end, the air begins, contact of energy. Where the air ends and the tree begins, there's an effect because of contact of energy. So when we're looking at Qi, and especially when we're talking about Qigong, we're thinking about the effect that our energy has on everything else and the effect that all the rest of the energy in your room, in your state, in your city, in your country, on the continent, on the planet, in the universe has on you. And so today we're going to be looking at the 3 different levels of Wei Qi, the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual field, what we delineated as. as less dense fields of energy. But to do that, we're going to need a volunteer. Follow me. Okay, so when you think about proximity to someone else, our effect on someone else, the strength of our chi, the strength of our energy, of our electromagnetic energy, has an effect on everything else. But depending on our health, our age, our mental state, our emotional state, has an effect on how strong that the homogeneous nature, the organized nature of that field is, and therefore the effect, the strength of the effect it's going to have. So when I'm outside of 10 feet of a person, you're not going to have much of an effect. They're not even going to really notice you. But once you move into about 10 feet, not an emotional reaction, but that person is going to have some awareness that someone's close, that someone's awareness of them. Now, once again, at this distance, we're not getting that emotional response just yet, but we do have that basic awareness. Now, as you move closer into the 3-foot range, and this is what's called the emotional field. And this is where you actually have an effect emotionally on every other person. Now think of how often you are in this proximity to someone else. Myself, as an acupuncturist, where I'm treating patients, I'm in this field all day long. But so many of us, whether we're at work, whether we're at home, whether we're on the subway platform, we come in contact with people, and so we are having an effect emotionally on people. Now, the strongest and most densely organized field would be the physical field, and this is within 1 inch. Hello, my love. My lovely wife, Candace, helping me out today. So if I could steal your arm for a second. So within 1 inch, this is the physical field, and this is the most densely organized field of energy, and has the greatest effect, and that's why touch is so powerful. That's where touch that's wanted can be very healing. Touch that's not wanted can be actually very damaging, and create disharmony, stagnation, illness, whatever you want to call it. But this is where it's really important to understand your effect of everyone around you, because even if you're not saying something or physically touching them, just being here. If I'm just sitting here quietly and thinking angry, negative thoughts, creating that disharmonious energetic field, I actually have an effect on her electromagnetic field. I'm making her sick. I'm making her sad. Yeah, exactly. But if I'm calm, happy, feeling great, feeling fantastic as always, yeah, I'm going to attract that energy. She's going to feel more relaxed, more calm, more happy, more fantastic. So what I want to do today is we're going to actually teach you how to feel, how to have a palpable physical expression and connection to your own chi. And it's a really simple way we can do this. What we're going to do, if you can, we're going to take the center of our palm, we're going to press it together, and we're going to rub. Now, by pressing hard, it's going to create friction, and that friction is going to create heat. We're going to rub here for a moment, and then when I say, we're going to take the hands just 1 inch apart. So take it 1 inch apart, and we're going to slowly roll our hands. And I want you to focus your mind and your eyes on the space between your hands. Now, yeah, you may feel heat from the friction for sure, but you may also just feel a little bit of pressure, kind of like holding 2 ends of a magnet together, the same ends. You feel that repulsion, you feel that balance. That is your Wei Qi field. That is your prana. That is your human bioelectric energy. And once you get used to feeling this energy, then you can start to explore a little bit more. Try flipping one hand over. Can you feel it on the other side? The more you connect your mind to the moment, the more you can feel sensitivity to it. And once you can feel it there, then the next is to see if you can feel it on the rest of the body. And this is where Qigong treatments, energetic treatments like Reiki come from, is all about affecting the Qi, or being able to sense the Qi and then affect it. And then of course the next step is to feel the Qi on someone else. Now this is a wonderful exercise that you can try to get a little bit of a connection. If you lose it, once again, rub, get that connection, then slowly roll the hands and seeing how far you can bring them apart and still feel it. Energy's still there, and over time you will actually have a wonderful connection to not only your own energy, but everyone else in your life. Give it a try. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. As always, do me a favor, share this video with your friends and family. Help me to help other people, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.